Good evening, everybody. My name is Toms Kazaks. I'm from CZK Cycling Shop, and today it's Wednesday. It means it's Zwift race day, and today we're following 4Cyclists EU Zwift Cup, fourth race from 5 races, so 2 races in total, and we will know who is victorious in this cup. So today we have Watopia. Wastebands, 30 kilometers, really interesting ride, really flat ride, so we won't see any major attacks. Also not so much riders today, like last week we had less than 10 riders today. We have 17 riders already on start, and it's 1 minute left till start. Also today during live stream we will take a little peek on Arvel's Vikströms and Carlos Berland from B Group, how they're performing with live cameras from their pain caves. So it should be really interesting. Also feel free to like, subscribe and share our videos, and subscribe to our channels for 4Cyclists EU and Zwift Baltic. For Arvils, some slow start. Maybe something happened with the connection or the bike. We can actually check it out, see what's happening there. Okay, there is some problems with his internet connection. I can see that live stream also glitched a little bit, but he is really fast back in a race and back with the group. As always, we have 4 groups. We have A, B, C and E group. E group for women only. A group starts first, B group after 3 minutes, C group after 6 minutes, and E group after 9 minutes, as always. Also, if anyone is interested in Zwift.lv, under Livestream. You can follow this stream and also B groups. One of the lead riders, Yanis Vanax, also is live streaming now at the moment. Also in YouTube you can check out Arvil's Pirkumiem. You can also check his stream and see how he's riding at the moment. So there's a lot of options. So we see some riders from Lithuania also today, riders from America, from France. I saw some riders from Netherlands and also from Sweden. So we had total 22 more riders on the start line for A group. A good number for riders, and as we know, mostly American riders and Canadians, they tend to do massive attacks on straights and try to run away from a group and make as much overhead as they can, riding races like this where there's no big climbs, where you could shift the phase of a group. We will see how it's working out today. I also have to apologize a little bit. I'm a little bit sick, so probably my talking is not in the best level possible today, but I hope I will be back on feet on the next week. Also checking today's riders from A group, I didn't find any super rider, any really strong rider who could stand out from all other riders. So most of the riders are actually pretty similar in terms of power. So should be really close fight today. Already 5 minutes in a race, so we can switch to B group and see what's happening in the B group. As always, B group is really big. You can see a lot of riders in the B group, and as always, B group moves really fast. And here we can see Yanis Vanax. Also Carlos Berlands, and now we'll use opportunity to switch to Carlos and see what's happening on Carlos' screen. You can see the concentration in his face. Also a fan on his back using giant bike and Wahoo kicker trainer. So holding in a group 162 beats per minute, and that's nothing crazy. It's actually pretty imaginable. It's actually a good number for him now, because he's always saying it's tough for him to hold in a group, but this is a flat race, so for him this should be an easy ride and opportunity maybe to make some better points for him. So as you can see, B group is really big. We're trying now to switch to C group. C group second biggest group, and you can already see that C group is stretching out a bit. There's front riders who are always pushing in and are always setting the tone for the group, and the rest of the riders who can't keep up the pressure, they just fall back and make this really tall tail. And usually riders from E group or women's, they just pick up riders from C group from the start, and most of the time C group is just for riders who are just starting to Zwift, who don't know in which strength group they are. They're new in cycling, and they just want to test their abilities and capabilities in Zwift overall. We're back to a group, 30 kilometers today. Also finish, I'm not 100% sure it's in a finish arc. It's a little bit in front. So we can see one rider going in front. It's only 1 second gap, it will probably be deleted in no time. So we're now switching to ladies. Today a lot of ladies are riding. We can see a lot of ladies from Latvian Cycling Girl team. Jozana in front for now. Still 10-11 ladies riding in a front group today. As I mentioned before, we don't have such a big climb, so probably the group won't split up so drastically like usually it happens in the first climbs. So we could see some surprises today. But there's a lot of girls from other countries. They should make really good race also for Latvian ladies. Really interesting race. Really interesting to check what's happening here in the next 20 minutes. Already we can see there is no such huge leaders, no big gaps, no 20-second gap already. So we don't have any really strong rider here for now. What we will see actual colors and true strength of some ladies in next 10-15 minutes when the first pressure will go off. Although we can see some girls already in distance falling back and trying to catch up for the group, but it's really hard to catch up on a group if you're a solo rider in this type of races. So I don't think she will probably catch up to the front of the group. She will probably catch some riders who are falling back, but we will see that just in a few minutes. Now we're switching back to a group, to our Zwift. Almost 10 kilometers done. They're riding really fast, so my assumption is about 40-ish minutes and we will finish this race. Not we, but the A group will finish this race. And as we can see, A group still holding together like it's supposed to be. Velikauskas, most of the time leading the group, holding in front. Also this American rider, EMC. Hard to understand what's happening. Okay, he don't have any beats per minute, so we can't tell for sure what's happening, but I can definitely see something is not right because his cadence doesn't change, but watts per kilogram just jumps up and down, so there's 100% something wrong with hardware, and we won't pay any attention to that for now, but if he doesn't get disconnected while race is up and running, definitely Zwift will make some changes in results. Now going in forest section. Now here's some small uphills and downhills, like really major uphill and downhills, nothing important. And I think now it's time we could switch to B group and check out what's happening in a B group. Switching to B group, 9 kilometers in race. We're watching Yanis Vonax, 4 watts kilogram, 43 kilometer per hour. Also we can see Uzols riding in front of the group. Also Carlos, now see what's Carlos is doing. We can see he's suffering, the heat is doing the damage. So this would be a really good time to educate some of you who are just wondering to get back, not get back, but to just start Zwifting. So this is a good example, for example, Carlos, to get a really good front fan, which blows you in the face so you don't have your sweating all over your face and you have to clean the face all the time. And you can also take some small hat and put it on your head so it doesn't allow sweat to drip as fast and as much as with nothing on your head. And that's why Zwift is really hard, because you have to ride inside and the heat is really enormous if you compare to outside, where you have this natural cooling from wind from your speed. So indoors it's much different, and you have to really rely on your fans what you have. And most of the time depot fans, they don't push out as much power as you need. So that's why for most of you who are wondering to get in Zwift, check out some solutions for specific indoor cycling fans. They really will make your day better and your Zwifting much better. But as you can see, Carl's already riding on 176 speeds per minute, starting to work for staying in a group in this small 3% climb. Already 5-6 watts per kilogram. Definitely starting to feel some pressure. 10 kilometers in a race, so it will be really interesting to see how he's doing after 10 more kilometers, because the speed is 43 kilometers an hour, and actually the B group is holding pretty steady and fast pace, trying to move forward. And that's as always with the B group, because they're the biggest group in race. And for B group rider, you have to be prepared for action like this. Switching back to A group. Also, don't forget to check out 4Cyclists EU website, because classical season is coming and probably most of you need new clothes, new cycling clothes, and 4Cyclists EU is the best place where to order clothes, custom-made clothes made in Latvia, designed in Latvia. Everything what you need, just hit them up on Facebook, on Messenger or WhatsApp. You can find all information how to contact Carlos on the webpage or Facebook page, so check them out. And also for each rider, every race, and there is small contest where each rider who are already participating in this race can win some surprise from 4Cyclists. So check their website out in a few days, and who knows, maybe you're the lucky one, lucky winner. Lekowski's doing some small attack before this small climb to a second gap before, between him and the group. Already 3-second gap. Second gap, keeping the pressure, almost 6 watts per kilogram, half from race distance already done, and increasing the cap 6 seconds. It looks like nobody from the group tries to catch him. We have seen before when riders just ride away like this from a group and they win the race, because nobody wants to work in a group, nobody wants to work together, and person doing the sprint, doing the takeoff from a group benefits from this, and most of the time they can win. Although 15 kilometers in Zwift, it's something else. It's like 25-30 kilometers in classical racing, so it's really hard to manage this distance in solo, fighting versus group. But as you can see, 9-second gap and increasing. Wikström's starting to work for it. Let's see what's happening in second group. Okay, it looks like everyone is riding with him, although there is a question, will someone go and change him out? Because Wikströms probably don't want to work all the time to catch Lekowkas, and then in the end just fall off from the group. Decreasing the gap to 8 seconds. Lekowska's still holding 5-6 watts per kilogram. Now this climb, it's a small bump. Okay, 7-second gap. Okay, so they're starting to work together. They're pushing also towards chasing the lead, the front. For some riders, this could be actually hard to hold up with a group when they're chasing someone. That's just how it goes. Already 2 kilometers riding on almost 6 watts per kilogram. Running away from the group. And other Lithuanian rider, Simonas Kiela, they're not from the same team. So for me, it looks like they're not like trying to cover each other. So there is no interest for Kiela. Already decreasing to 6 seconds. This is definitely attack of the day. My bet was on American rider, but today it's Lithuanian rider, and we can see he's definitely strong. In some other situations he would have gone away with it, but Arvild Fikström, I think he's already burned himself with situations like these, and he don't want to let this happen again. So he pushed the group a little bit harder to try and catch him, and they have done it, although it's 4 seconds, but I don't think he will get away from a group anymore. They will definitely catch him out. The question is how he will feel falling back to group, although we can see he's already dropping down the speed and already starting to save some energy to recover a little bit from this attack. So B group already climbing in the same climb. Let's check, do we have someone in front? Okay, we don't have any rider who is like really far in front. Let's see what's happening with Carlos. Okay, Carlos still holding up. Really good, nice job. Every time we switch to Carlos' view and watching him cycle, his heart rate is pumping up like 5 beats every time. I wonder what it will be after 10 minutes, but we will switch back to him and see. He's definitely working for it, but it's we can see that he's like, although he's working for it and we can see he's suffering, he's anyway holding in a group, and that's most important what you need to do in Zwift. You have to hold in a group because the group is pulling you forward. If you fall off the group, you are in a bad situation. But there would be some different term to say what happens if you're off the group. So now they're going on a Cablestone section, and we will switch back and see what's happening on A group. They didn't catch him. He pulled away. Okay, 6 seconds. That's interesting. So 10 kilometers to finish. For riders who are listening this live, pay attention to finish line on your top right corner. It won't be in the same place as in classic Zwift waistband, so pay closer attention. So Arvild Fikström, he's trying to jump across, he's trying to catch the attacker. So now it was a little bit downhill, so they just have to push a little bit more to catch him off, because he looks really strong rider. He looks really dangerous from my perspective. If he could actually make another attack and he could run away from a group and actually win this. 10 kilometers till finish. Now it's the time when you have to start checking really, really hard. You can't allow something like this happen in next 10 kilometers, that someone can just make a 10-second gap and right away from a group. For Lelekauskas, it's most important thing to just stay in a group after attack like this. It looks like there's no problem for him. Also we see Evald Paulos holding in a group, holding in this chase. The group already started to be a little bit smaller than in the beginning. There were like 30 riders. Now we can see 20, a little bit less than, although yeah, 20 something, 20ish riders. Already picked up some A group riders. For everyone just tuning in, we have 5 stages in 4Cyclists, a Zwift Cup. Only 4 best results go on overall. So you can either skip one or you have a bad start. So the worst of your results crosses off from the list, and only 4 best are going for overall standing, and overall winner gets prizes from 4Cyclists. So more information you can find on their website, 4Cyclists EU. So usually finish line should be here, but it's not. It's extended the race. It's really important for riders when you jump in a race on a start line where you warm up. You can see there is this information board and you can see how many kilometers there is in a race, so always check that number, then you will know how long is the race. And it doesn't matter what it shows in Zwift Power or in Zwift Hub or in Zwift Insider. Most of the time in those sites information is different. It doesn't matter, it's the same race. So most accurate information you can see in exact race days, in exact race when you are already on the start line. That's just some inner problem in Zwift. I don't know why they can't fix it and make one overall system for all Zwift resources. That's just how it is. Lelekauskas still a threat in front. Like I said, this will be really interesting finish. We have a lot of sprinters, a lot of strong riders going for finish line. Bigstrom's definitely one of favorites, although Evald Paulos can make some good attacks too, some good sprints. Sadly, we don't see Emil Freebucks, who had some health issues, and he's off the races for some while. He usually made a really good sprint. Also, Martin Jürgensons is not today. And speaking of Martin Jürgensons, Arvils for the win, typing in the chat. Thanks, Martin. Also, Berzinch, in every last race he has been with us, always holding in a group in the top riders, but I haven't seen him make some dangerous attacks on a finish line, on a finish sprint, although he has tried to make some attacks on a group and run away, but did not succeed. And Lele Kauskas making small attack again, and we can see Wikströms is checking him like an eagle. You don't want to let that happen because it's only 5 kilometers left to finish. Like I said, you can't afford to let anyone go now. If you do that, you basically give him a victory now. Maybe any one of you recall this place from Flatlands and Figure 8. So the finish line should be in the canyon's arc.
Yeah.
26 kilometers already done, 4k to go. 4 kilometers go. Tension is growing, so many people on a finish line. It's really hard to catch the winner, so we'll have to try to catch the winner while looking at live, and only after that checking in a Zwift power. But you can see everyone is trying to play these tactical games and don't want to fall too back, although nobody wants to ride in front. Everyone wants to save some power for finish sprint. Have to be really tactical. There's no time to, I don't want to switch to B group and see what they're doing. I just want to follow the A group, because sometimes when I switch to B group in the moments like this, I miss some really important actions from A group. So we will try to see how they finish, and then we'll switch to B group and we'll try to see B groups finish. So 3 kilometers till finish. Medlikins and Lakauskas a little bit pushing in front. Also all Arvils Wikströms and Berzinch. So the finish is not in a finish arc. It shouldn't be in a finish arc. So it's still some riding to do. So this is not the finish arch. Some riders, I remember when we started these races, they didn't look on kilometers, how much it's left. They just saw some finish arch and they went for it full gas and dropped off after finish arch, and in the end it was a wrong arc. So that's why you have to pay attention to your kilometers. Two kilometers left. Speed is still really big. Almost all group riding together from start to finish. Only 3 or 4 riders dropped off during the race, during these 30 kilometers. Like I said, a little bit more than 40 minutes till finish. Really nice view. Lelekauskas pumping up big numbers. Did some small burst. So 1.2 kilometers. This is the first time actually when we have some Lithuanian riders also going on a finish. Not the first time, we had Linus, I think Linus Tjukas, he was also fighting really good for finishes, but he's not riding in the last races. But except from him, we haven't seen a rider from Lithuania who could climb really well and also fight for a finish sprint. 700 meters till finish. 10 riders on a finish line. Who will be the winner? 500 meters. Also, Zwift lately has this glitch that for, whoa, we can see American rider making sprint. 400 meters. 300 meters. I don't know why I can't see the finish line in my minimap. 200 meters. Wikström's going second. And rider from Sweden third. Okay, Wikström second. Yeah, this was some glitch in Zwift again, and I couldn't see finish line. The chase from America first place, Wikström's second place, and we will have to check which was in a third position. Now we're switching to B group. Let's see what Carlos is doing. Oh, Carlos is still holding in a group, and my expectations were wrong. The beats are not 5 beats per minute more than it was before, it's only 3. So already godlike numbers on heart rate going for Carlos. I hope he will survive this. I don't know how much Red Bulls he drank before this race, but we can see definitely more than 2 cans. Good luck to you, Carlos, in the finish, and let's see how it goes on a finish line for B group. Like I said, really sad that Zwift have these problems with finish lines. Lately we have seen it in almost every race. It's annoying for riders, it's annoying for me. And this is the first time I can see a finish line. Usually it's only me who can see a finish line. Today I'm the one who can see the finish line, and it will be especially hard for me now to tell which one is the first place in B group, because we have such a huge B group going on a finish, and 1 kilometer left to finish. And it So it looks like we have some riders in front from B. Okay, they're just swapping out, I think. Okay, it's just really hard to catch B group riders front because there's so many riders and Zwift are starting to make some bugs. Let's hope we'll be able to catch. I will try to switch cameras really fast. Hor from England. Hore, not the name most of you thought I said. Team Italy got a first place. Chikes from Italy, Ireland, taking the first position. We can see Akhmernovs, Ozols, Jurka still in first position. It looks like Jurka first place and Ozol second place. We'll have to check this information as always from Zwift Power, and as you can see it's really hard, and also when Zwift is making bugs like this with results and switching riders, it's almost impossible for a live streamer to see a finish in such a big group ride. And now when we're switching to C group, let's check which position we are watching. And while we are checking C group, I want to see how Carlos feels. Okay, he looks pumped up. Carlos, if you can hear me, you know you have to make a katka. And he looks wet, but he done it 40-45. That's not bad. Average to 43.6 watts per kilogram. Really good results. In a few minutes we'll be able to check what's happening on A and B groups finish. I'm sorry for this. Now we're looking all them next. If I'm correct, he has won 3 races in a row in C group, always doing this last second attack on the C group's front and taking a victory. Sorry, two races from 3 races. And let's see what's happening today. So 3.4 kilometers till finish. Let's start to check Zwift Power for results. So we have some red flags on some riders, but it's not official, so well, it's not official, I will call them out anyway. So Jason Chase, first place from America. Second place Arvils Wikströms from LV2 Max, only 700ths of a second. And third position Evalds Paulovs, really good finish, really nice race. A category, third place. Judith Berzinch, fourth position. Really nice race. And if we're checking on a B group, so Just Jurka, yes, he definitely made a really good sprint. Just Jurka, B group's winner, although we are seeing some red flags about bad group selection. Incorrect group selection, but we will see everything correct only when Zwift Power will check out all the results. But I digress. On a big group, second place Rytis Gatvilas from Lithuania, and third position on the red Jānis Vanaks, fourth position, and Kristaps Ozos, fifth position. And now we're following C group and seeing how C group is finishing. And while we're doing that, I think we can take a look how girls are riding. Just a sec. So for C group it's 2 kilometers. Although we better not jinx it. Yeah, let's stick to the C group. let's see how C group finishes. We'll have plenty of time to see what's happening on a woman's side in A group. Like I said, a lot of riders from Latvian Cycling Girls today. If your girlfriend, wife, daughter wants to find girls with whom to cycle in Latvia, in Riga, check out their webpage, Latvian Cycling Girls. A lot of good advices and activities, outdoor activities, not only cycling but everything else. I don't know specifically what's happening there, but I know they're really active. So if someone wants to join them, just check them on Facebook. Also, as we can see, this C group's first rider, it's important to have beats per minute or heart rate monitor. If you don't have it, your result is not counted. It's in the rules. So for example, if this Sandek wants C group, he automatically loses the first place from C group because he don't have heart rate monitor. So it's really important before race to check batteries for accessories like these: cadence, heart rate, your connection, and plus. Okay, they're going on a finish, 29.4 kilometers. Okay, 500 meters left. I think Salzam next will show some sprint, but we will see that. We can see Scuppers is trying to catch up, 400 meters. Okay, Salzam is here. Salzam as always with the big, strong stroke of impact, just passes everyone and slides to finish line. 100 meters left. I can't see the finish line, sadly, but Salzam definitely won this race. No problem for him. And now we're switching to girls. I'm not sure. I think Scuppers was in a third position, but I'm not 100% sure. We will have to wait for the Zwift power confirmation. So I can't switch to. Okay, we are switching to Eva Uzane. She was in the front when I last checked. So now we can see there's one almost 2-minute gap between some riders. Belgium rider Sandy Evo, 27.6 kilometers already done, more than 40 minutes in the race. Closest follower, half minute from Germany, and then there's only fight for the third place. And there we have 5 girls fighting for third place. Diana Spiridowska, Eva Uzane, Olga Luksa, and Sveta Libarte. So most of the girls from Latvian Cycling Girls, sorry. But I don't think for first place there is some threat, and also for the second place. It's interesting to know in which part they split up, probably on a mountain where we saw these attacks coming from Lithuanian rider, and also in a big group where they were stretching out a little bit. And it's basically in every race in women's category, if you don't have like super strong riders in that group, all the group splits in first climb. So that's the weak spot for girls. And for any category, to be honest. So let's check Zwift power. Maybe we have some better results. So these are results, what I'm saying now, they're unfiltered, and red flags haven't been checked yet. Official results you can see in few days in Zwift power. in Zwift. That will be in 4Cyclists EU in a few days. But for now, A group, Jason Chase, first place, Ariel Sukström, second place, Evals Paulos, third place in A group. In B group, Ritas Godvillas, first place, Andy Red, second place, Jānis Vanaks, third place in B group, and we are still waiting confirmation for a C group, but from now we can see all these Salzamniks with really strong riders always. First position in C group, second position Māris Koralkevičs, and third position Kristaps Kappars, like I thought I saw it. So now we are waiting for girls to finish, although we can see probably nothing will change here. If only she doesn't have bad internet connection or some hardware problem, but I doubt something will happen in next 800 meters. So first place Sandy from Belgium, second place Germany. I don't want to even try to pronounce her name because I will definitely say it wrong, but congrats to you. And the biggest fight we have for third position. And congratulations, Sandy, you're victorious. 30 kilometers done, and also 300 meters behind you, second place. Also, really nice job, well deserved victory. And now we have this final fight for a third place. I think it will be between Liberta and Ozane. In my opinion, if they will try to make some fight, if they won't make a group finish. I hope not. I hope they will have some finish fight. Would be really interesting to see it. Spiridowska is pushing a little bit in front. Okay, Liberta is 7 watts per kilogram. Yes, she's pushing in. My predictions were right. I thought she will be the strongest. So we can see this Chinese rider. Okay, 11 watts per kilogram in a end. Oh, she snatches the third place from Liberta. Oh. Although we still have to see what Zwift Power says. Because most of the time these riders from China, they have some problems with their hardware and they get banned pretty often. But I digress. Like we can say what the nickname here is. Really sad that Liberta's third place got snatched from her, but really nice try anyway. In races like this, we can see where we have to work more to get better results and better performance. But today our race is finished. My name is Toms Kazaks from ZZK Cycling Shop. And let's see you all next week for the last race from 4Cyclists, 5th race, and after that we will see who is the champion of Zwift Cup on 4Cyclists Zwift Cup. Yep, see you next week on Wednesday, same time, same place. Bye.